Star Citizen patch 3.24 is almost at hand, and which will drastically change how we spawn and store our ships, as well as our cargoes and items, with the new instanced player hangar feature. So in this video, let's try to understand the different types of personal hangars that are available to us, and check out which package contains what hangar. And in the end, let's revisit Star Citizen Live to experience what these new features will mean when it gets to our hands. But before we do that, let's take a quick look of today's roadmap update. So these features has become committed for 3.24, which will be Q3 2024. It's tentative. However, the patch 4.0 is still tentative at Q3 2024. I really doubt it, but I think 3.24 will be at least possible to get released in Q3 2024. So here are the committed features. Freight elevators, new missions, cargo hauling. Let's take a look. Making use of the freight elevators feature, this mission type will have players hauling large quantities of cargo to earn both AUEC and reputation. And next one, personal and instance hangars. This is the one we're going to be looking at in detail in this video. So these are personal hangars, not the public hangars. So we will be having both personal and public hangars. Only the personal instance hangars in your home location can be customized according to your will. And I really hope that we can have those personal hangars in space stations as well. It's just much easier for us to traverse the verse. The next committed feature is the storage access, which is an integral part of the freight elevator and instance hangar. And the last one is a dynamic event, Blockade Runner, introducing a new dynamic event that involves a criminal faction, Nine Tails, locking down and Leo L1, L2 rest stops. Players must run the blockade and purchase and sell a percentage of Quantanium before time runs out. Wow. Very nice. So I feel like these 5 features are a whole one feature together, except the blockade runner. Now, let's take a detailed look at personal and instance hangars. So I found this official website from CIG about hangar module FAQs. This was 3 years ago. And some of the informations here will not be accurate. But this is the best official information that I can find. I'm not gonna read all these questions because these might already have been changed. But we do have these 4 types of hangars right here. So hangars come in 4 tiers. Southland, the most basic hangar, Arrowview, Revel, and York. And last is VFG Industrial Hangar. It says built into an asteroid. I doubt that this is going to be in. And I also think maybe CIG has changed the size of these hangars. I don't know about the names, but these are the hangars that will appear in your ship packages. So here is one question I found to be interesting. Will I be able to upgrade my hangar to a higher tier? There is not currently a way to gain access to a specific hangar type or size. However, if you pledge for a standalone ship that will require a larger hangar, you will be upgraded to that tier of hangar to support that ship size. So here leads me to our pledge ships and hangars. Let's take a look. For example, this one, the Storm AA, and then if I click Storm AA, you can see it comes with a self-land hangar, which is the most basic hangar. And if I click this FC Hornet Mark II, and you can see I have this Arrowview hangar, and most of the fighter ships will have this type of hangar for your pledged ships. And if I click this Caterpillar, and you can see this is a VFG Industrial Hangar. Something very interesting, if I click this Eclipse, this is a standalone Eclipse. It's a small ship, but I am still getting a VFG Industrial Hangar. And here is very interesting. This package is a cutter, but I upgraded to a reclaimer. So if I check this one, you can see this cutter original hangar is a self-land hangar. But when I upgrade to the reclaimer, and I don't see any bigger hangars than this because I upgraded the cutter to a reclaimer. Now, in my pledged hangar, I'm still showing self-land hangar, and this one definitely does not support a reclaimer. Of course, I have other pledged ships which contains the industrial hangar, but for those players who has only a starter ship, which they upgraded to a bigger ship, will CIG give us a bigger hangar for a ship that's upgraded from a smaller ship? That is my question. And again, for this standalone ship, this is STV, and I upgraded to a Valkyrie. And now my Valkyrie only has this self-land hangars, which is the smallest hangar. It might not fit the Valkyrie. However, something very interesting is for this standalone Pirate Gladius, I now have a VFG industrial hangar. And for the Envo Carrack, we will get a VFG industrial hangar as well. However, we are missing one more hangar type, which is Revel and York, which I found out to be only included in the constellations. So let's go to game package. And if we take a look at the constellation Andromeda right here, you can see the Revel and York hangar only comes with your constellation Andromeda or any conies. Let's check the Freelancer. No, the Freelancer comes with the Arrowview hangar. And if we go to the standalone ships in the store, if we click the Eclipse, yeah, the Eclipse will have a VFG industrial hangar. And the Constellation Taurus has a Revel and York hangar. Yeah, I have searched pretty much every available ships in the store. The Revel and York hangar only comes with a Connie. Let's check the game packages again. So if you're purchasing game packages, it only comes with one hangar, I believe. I've searched every package that I can find. So let's check the ultimate package. More information. If I search hangar, for the ultimate game package, it only comes with VFG industrial hangar. So I assume that VFG industrial hangar is the biggest hangar in game. And let's go back to the official site. Let's check out the size of these hangars. So here are the sizes of these hangars. So self-land hangars, size 1 to size 2 ships, 3 of them, 2 size 3 ships, or 1 size 4 ship. That's the self-land hangar, which is the smallest hangar. The Arrowview hangar, you can put 3 size 2 ships. Oh, actually, the self-land and Arrowview hangar, they are exactly the same amount of ships. And for the Revel and York hangar, you can put 6 size 1 ships, or 4 size 3 ships, or 2 size 4 ships, or 1 size 6 ship. And for the VFG industrial hangar, you can only put 1 size 3 ship or 4 size 1 ships. So the VFG industrial hangar is actually smaller than the Revel and York hangar, because this one appears to be the largest hangar. I'm a little confused. Yeah, perhaps this information is way outdated, because this is 3 years ago. So now let's revisit Star Citizen Live, and let's see if we can get some new informations for this or not.
So let's start with persistent hangars. What are they, and what does that mean? So a persistent hangar is an instance hangar that is going to be assigned to you whenever you select your home location when logging into the game for the first time for a patch. When that happens, what we do is we determine the largest ship that you have and then entitle to you a persistent hangar that's of the size needed to facilitate that ship. Whenever you go into that hangar into the game, that hangar at your home location is always your hangar, and you'll be able to use it like your home. You'll be able to keep things in the hangar, you'll be able to leave things around, you can invite friends in, you can treat it like your own little oasis. How do you actually get into them?
Please proceed to side landing deck.
You can make a request via ATC for landing, and when we do that, we'll check to see if you have any personal hangars entitled to you. You'll be able to enter in using largely the same methodology that you do now, land, and then you can just hang out in there. As far as what can you actually do with your personal hangar and what kinds of things can you decorate with it, What we're going to do is allow you to call anything in your inventory up via that freight elevator. You can pick it up off the freight elevator either with your hands or using the tractor beam and just strew it about your location however you pick.
Also in the hangars, you'll notice several new kiosks. We have the freight elevator kiosk, which has a brand new UI and inventory system to deal with large volumes of cargo.
You're going to have on the left-hand side a section that is showing the contents of the platform itself. And on the right-hand side, similar inventory layout with all your armor and weapons and items. And anything that's in your inventory, you're going to be able to call up. Some things you might have to put into an inventory container box. We're talking 8, 16, 24, even 32 SU size container boxes. And the last kiosk that I want to talk about is the ASOP terminal,
which we have positioned in the hangar, so you can request your ships from within the hangar and not just the spaceport.
So they will still remain in the spaceport. So if you don't have a personal hangar in your location, you can request your ship also from there.
What we're doing is we're changing the way that the ships spawn in the game.
You can now request your ships from within the hangar and they will appear to you, but they won't just come out of thin air. What happens is the whole of the floor will open up.
You get this like amazing view of the hangar.
Additionally, you can do clever things like call up a smaller vehicle, such as a ground vehicle, drive it off, and then call up a larger vehicle. Then you'll have access to your ground vehicles without having to go to another location. You'll be able to call up multiple ships and maybe have one person fly off with one ship, call another one, have another person in your party fly up with another ship. If you do want to jump into the platform just before it closes and fall to your death, you can fall to your death if you want to.
So this is really cool.
So the hangar sizes had to increase quite a bit. We did not want to do that originally in the beginning, but soon when we did prototyping, we figured out that not all the hangars, as I said, like the low-tech hangars in particular, are quite old by this point. Not all of them were to the same standards or metrics. So we figured that with the landing pad now going down, you had this gap for like quite some time before the doors close. So there was a very narrow walkway for the player sometimes. So we had to rejig some things and made it actually larger.
So the large and XL have had significant size changes. So the XL is about 20% larger and the large is about 30% larger. So certain ships that were a little tight can now fit a lot more easily.
So you don't feel like your wings almost scratch the walls of it. So it feels a bit more natural and better to the play experience to land in your hangar now.
The medium is the same but taller, and the small has not been changed. But we have classified ships to fit into the medium that were once classified as small.
So this is an actualization of a long-term goal for this entire cargo career, to make the whole thing feel more real. It means that the whole experience is going to allow for manual loading. It'll also feel more rewarding because it'll give you more interesting choices to make throughout the process. It'll make multi-crewing a more interesting and useful experience. It's going to just make the whole experience a more skill-intensive and interesting and tactile. Another thing that we've talked about is automated loading in the games. This allows you to still do commodity trading without needing to actually move the boxes yourself.
Wait a second, am I reading this right? If you're loading 576 units of cargo using automatic loading, you have to wait for almost 10 minutes. What am I gonna do in this 10 minutes? Watch Netflix?
Different locations in the game will have different amounts of time. Places that are more optimized for, if you care about cargo, this is going to be transformational. But even if you're not interested in cargo at all, it's still a foundational change for the game that fundamentally changes principles about inventory, physicality, and your play experience. A large number of teams across the entire company that have helped. Everybody from art, animation, VFX, through to all of the gameplay teams, engine teams. We've had a huge effort from Austin, Montreal, Los Angeles, Frankfurt, Manchester. It's been a big endeavor. So I want to thank everyone that's been helping to see this vision through, and I'm really looking forward to getting this into your hands so that you can play with it.